What's up, guys? Alright, so this is gonna be a quick little review of No Man's Sky. I'm actually playing it live, kind of just to show you. The graphics are fairly decent. There's not a great level of detail in the game. As you can see, there are uh, rocks and weather patterns, and so I would say the graphics are fairly decent. The gameplay is not the best, but it's okay. You use that to scan the area. You can run. You can jump. There's an okay amount of maneuverability in the game, but I can't say that it's the most intuitive system to traverse the land. I wish they had like a small vehicle, not just your ship, that you can probably like traverse these large spaces, because there is going to be a lot of large spaces. So we're gonna get right to it. The game it's got a lot of problems with it. It has a lot of glitches, and it tends to crash pretty often. I was playing the other day and it crashed about 5 to 6 times back to back, and that can be detrimental to a game, just because it almost breaks the experience. The whole point of a video game is to immerse yourself and lose yourself in another world that someone else created. The interesting part of this game is that it was created by a computer, so it's procedurally generated, and that gives you this sense of the unknown. The developers don't even know everything that's out there, but there's just a large amount of content that's just not there in the game. So the game is lacking that depth. It's lacking that story that drives you to move forward. There are moments that you'll encounter areas that have been destroyed, and there's like this fungus that's taken over, and you'll find interesting pieces of the story, but there's no like extremely interesting part to the story that's truly that compelling. And it's a little bit sad, because there was so much potential for this game, and there is a ton of potential for this game. There's a lot that can be done in the future with patches, and it's just unfortunate that they didn't bring forth I'm not gonna say what was promised, but in a sense kind of, yeah. I think there was a lot of things that they mentioned that I haven't experienced myself. I've played quite a bit. If you go look at my channel, you can see that I've played quite a bit, and there's a lot of people out there that have played a lot, and we can all agree that the game is just lacking that epic sense of amazing story that puts it all together. If they would have been able to craft a more compelling story, this would have been an amazing experience. Actually, if they would have just implemented more features for multiplayer, I know they didn't want to do that, but unfortunately it just left the game isolated. You're just isolated, and that's part of the experience. I think that's what they were going for, but it just didn't come out perfect. Not perfect. It just didn't come out properly, I think. And because if you're going to be left out there in the universe alone, there should be more things to interest you. There's no multiplayer features. There really isn't, because the chances of you finding somebody are pretty low. But if you're going to leave someone out there in space, I think that you know, you can't just go and drop them off and there's no story, there's nothing to find. You know, it gets repetitive after a few hours. I would say after 10 to 15 hours, the game becomes extremely repetitive, and it gets pretty hard to push forward. And then you just kind of want to get to the center to just see what's happening there. But it's not. It loses that sense of mystery and amazing experience that it has. For me, I would say, you know, hold off, wait until it goes on sale. There's already word that they're going to have paid DLC for this, and you know, I would say just wait guys, wait it out, so that you can actually get your money's worth in the end. The game has a lot of bugs, it has a lot of problems. If you wait, you'll most likely get a better deal down the road, probably towards Black Friday, and then even further beyond, until they bring out all the DLC and the game goes down in price and all the bugs have been ironed out. So I would definitely say, you know, wait on that. Don't buy the game right away. It's a beautiful game, it has potential, but it'll pretty much be a waste of money to buy right now. As it stands, I'm not gonna spoil anything for anyone, but you know, I've done a lot of things in the game and there's just nothing really interesting. So that would be my verdict on that. Wait off, you know, don't buy right away. It's not really worth the $60. And you know, I would honestly, from a scale from 1 to 10, it's hard because I came in truly loving and enjoying this experience, you know, but it's unfortunate. I would say right now, as the game stands, I would give it a 7. You know, I lean more towards like a 6.5, but I'll give it a 7 just because I did have an amazing time with it. You know, I did enjoy a lot of aspects of it. It just fell short. The story was just not there. It has too many bugs. The menu can be a little bit clunky, and the fact that you always have to go back inside your menu and recharge your shields, it's kind of annoying, to be honest. Like, if you're in the middle of combat and space combat, you got to go to your menu to recharge your shields, because if not, you're gonna die. And you know, it's just not intuitive. It just makes space combat and everything else a little bit annoying. So the game fell short on that. The space combat is okay. It's truly not really there. It should have made your ship a little bit more maneuverable, because you're just standing there, just shooting your sitting duck. It's, you know, it's not the best. But so I would give it a 7. I would say wait. The 7 is a very low 7, so you know, don't think that it's like one of those 7s. It's like, wow, that, you know, that's a solid 7 now. This is a pretty low 7. The only reason it gets a little bit higher is because it has, you know, it has just a lot of promise and potential. But within that promise and potential, I would say just hold off, wait on it. You know, this will definitely not be anything like Game of the Year or anything. It's just sad, it won't. You know, the music is beautiful, the sound effects are awesome. And this little drone is just following me here, so let me get inside the ship. So I can finish telling you guys. The reason I chose to do this review live is kind of for, you know, for 2 reasons. So I kind of wanted you to see how it is in action. You know, I want you to see what it's like. For those of you deciding whether you want to buy it or not, you know, this is how you fly around and you look around. The graphics are pretty decent. That's an ocean right there. You can actually go under. There's not much to the oceans. As you can see here, they have animals that you can scan and you can look at, and some of them can be pretty interesting, you know. Like, look at that one. That guy looks like Pyramid Head from that Silent Hill. But yeah, so with further ado, you know, just that's the verdict. Weight Off, it's a 7. It's not the best game right now. It has a lot of room for improvement, and it requires, you know, patience and time. So for those of you looking for an action-based game, this is not for you. Well, guys, this is VTV. This channel will not be solely for video games. I'm expanding to a lot of other things. I have a lot of other hobbies. I actually exercise a lot more than I play video games or anything. So I'll be putting up videos on exercise, nutrition, diets, and, you know, just a lot of other things. I'll be doing a lot of podcasts. Just trying to grow the channel into other aspects of life. But I'll do my reviews for video games and some movies and so on. So it's just going to be a lot of different things in the channel. If you guys like the content, you know, subscribe, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything you guys want to see, what you want to talk about. If you want to see a little bit more details on the, you know, on the environment and the playability of the game and so on, I'll be willing, you know, to play and show you guys before you buy the games. So that's kind of one of the things I'll do for my reviews. I'll do probably more formal reviews for other video games. This is kind of a weird situation just because, you know, there's just so much to say about this game, because there's so much I wanted it to be that I couldn't just make a video and just, so I kind of wanted to leave it into like a live podcast review type of thing. But if you guys are not sure whether you want to buy a game or not, just let me know in the comments down below. You know, be like, hey, you know, can you show me gameplay? Can you go play, you know, and actually show me Space Combat? I will go and, you know, do some Space Combat, upload it, and show you guys what it's like, so I can show you more details in different things. Just let me know what you want to see, and I'll do that for any of the games that I review. I won't be playing every single game out there, but, you know, I'll play some games that come out. And if you guys are not sure and you don't want to spend the money, but you want to check it out on the channel, you know, I'll be posting up live gameplay for most of the games and everything. So just make sure to check it out and let me know what you guys think. Alright, later, y'all.